Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Edith and you're keeping up with Edee'sCorner. If you have never seen this face before, welcome. Please join the family, and on my channel we'll talk about lifestyle, motherhood, and everything good. Well, I'm going to school this morning and I want you guys to drive with me while I take you along with my vlog for today. So I'm sorry about the light. It's just 7:15 a.m. this morning, so yeah, that is the way of life in this UK. Well, the topic of today, it's about relocating back home, wherever you are, whether you are from Nigeria, South Africa, wherever you are in African countries, and you are going back home. Why do I feel like people frown at you when you tell them that you're going back home? Why do people see it to be a taboo to relocate back home? I do not understand it, because I believe people leave their country of birth to the Western world to look for daily bread, to better their family's life, to better their life, to better their future. And when they are done with all that, what do you expect? Are they not supposed to go back to their country? Are they supposed to live in the Western world forever? I don't believe anyone signed for that, going to the Western world and say, I will never go back. I know there are some people who have vowed never to go back to their country, okay, because of maybe the hardship they faced before they left. You understand? I understand that. But in this life that we are now, never say never. Anything can happen. You can decide to leave. I'm from Nigeria. I'm sorry if I'm going to be talking about tripping in Nigeria thing, like, you can decide to leave Nigeria today because of how you suffered or how the hardship you're facing now, and you are praying that God, if you ever take me away from this country, I'm never ever going to come back. But it is not how you see it, because your today suffering might think, okay, just let me give you an example. There are some people, including me as a mother. I'm a mother of 3. When I had my first child, I never believed I'm going to have another one because of the pain of labor. So we will say never ever, because the pain is still fresh. So, but before you know it, pregnancy will come again, and you start saying, oh God. And when you have the second one, you will say, this is your last. Before you know it, you have another one. Why? Because at the time that we are passing through pain, all we want to know, all we believe in, it's never going to happen. That thing will never happen. But you end up seeing yourself doing the same thing. So that is the way of the Western world. If you're leaving Nigeria and you feel that Nigeria, like, it's a pain, you're going through pain, you're going through hardship in Nigeria, okay, and you come here after you have spent 10-15 years, your mentality, your way of thinking, you will not be thinking about money anymore. All you'll be thinking about is how your happiness comes first. Because in this Western world that I have been for more than 2 decades, I can tell you the fact that there's time to work and enjoy yourself. There's not really an enjoyment there. Like, there's a time for you to work and I want to do this, I want to do this, and there's a time you're like, is this how I'm going to live my life? Just work and pay bills? Is this the end of it? those money will not matter to you anymore. All you want to do at the end of the day is how you're going to enjoy yourself, how you're going to live your life, not just existing. So that is what most of us in the Western world, that is what most of us go through. After we spent more than 20 years in the country, all we want to do is now live our life. That's why you see most people, they relocate back home, not because they don't like this country anymore. It goes beyond that. Okay, so if you move down to the country, because I've seen lots of people who have made these drastic mistakes, they leave their country and come to the Western world, and they say they will never go back. By then, because of that action, they fail to do something back home, and at the time they are getting older, maybe they are now 45, and their bones are very weak, and they cannot do those kind of job they used to do before to save up. They start regretting themselves. Most of them want to go back home, but they have nothing to fall back when they go back home. So they have nothing to do now but to just stay here and regret. All right, so I will tell you this fact that staying here in the Western world at old age is at your own risk. This cold that we are breathing in every single day for so many years will begin to tell on us when you are getting older. All right, and by the time you are getting older, you don't need to live in a lonely place, because it will draw the person nearer to the grave. You need to live in an environment where there are noise, where you have people around you. You understand? You can be young, and a lot of distraction can come. Social media, this, that, going out and all that, which we don't even have the time to go out in the Western world. So you won't need that. And in this Western world that I have lived for so many years, I can tell you that immediately, people make this mistake and they say, I'm waiting for my pension. It's a big mistake for us, and as an African, saying that you are waiting for your pension. We all know that most of us who came to this Western world, them didn't just start working immediately they came. Some of them, most especially those that are in Europe, when they come into the country, some of them can spend 10 years before they have their first document. Some can spend 15 years, some can spend 6 years, some can spend 7 years before they have their first document. And having their first document does not guarantee that they will start working immediately, because in the Western world you need to know how to speak the language, to communicate properly before anybody can take you. And when they take you, just know that maybe they don't have any choice, because it takes God's grace to get a better job in the Western world, in Europe. But in the English speaking country, it will be easy for you to just come and get into work or something like that. But in Europe, where I used to live, it's very difficult. You can imagine that you coming into the Western world, and you spend like 6, 7 years, 10 years before you get your first document and you start working. Imagine your age. Maybe you came into the country at the age of 25, and at the age of 35, that is when you started working, paying bills, your tax, and for your pension. So how long are you going to work for you to be? But you guys know that the more you work, that is how your pension is. So pensions are different from everybody. I can be doing 3 times in a week for my work. It will not gather those pensions that I will need in my old age to be able to take care of myself. You understand perfectly well. You can see the car is not even moving. This is the Western world. And what is the time? It's almost 7:50 something now here in the morning, and you can see that the road, they're not even moving. The other side is going on well, but this side I am now is not even moving. There are traffic in the Western world as well. So guys, all I'm just trying to say is that do not frown at those people who are trying to come back home to live their life after so many years in the Western world. It's good for the mental health, it's good for us. I'm not saying abroad is not good. I never say don't come, but I will give you this advice. I've always given this advice to people. If you are living in Nigeria, you are comfortable, you don't beg to eat, you don't borrow to clothe yourself or to pay your bills, I don't see any reason for you to come. But if you still want to test the other side of the world, do not sell any of your properties to come here, because where you have not been to is like heaven to you. It sounds like heaven to you. Do not be deceived with the social media things you see on social media that you think this place is heaven on earth. It is not how it seems to be. Do not be deceived by most of your friends that are leaving Nigeria, jackpotting away from Nigeria. When I meet jackpot in Nigeria terms, it's just like running away from Nigeria, and you see that all your friends are going and they're doing well in the Western world. Do not believe what you see on social media. If you want to see how this place is, try and come for a visit. Stay for a month or two, see how it goes. If it's something that you can cope with, you stay. If it's not something that you can cope with, at least you have something to fall back on when you decide to go back to Nigeria. Like we all say that all that glitters are not good. All right, I work in health setting and I know what I'm saying. Lots of people who just moved down to the Western world are really suffering. Most of them are here, they don't have a house, they're squatting. Most of them are here for months now, almost a year, still looking for a job. They don't have a job. Most of them here now, they have fulfilled their COS without nowhere to turn to, no money to renew their visas and all that. I know some people who lived in Nigeria, they even have a house help and gatesman who serves them. But as I'm talking to you now, they are here, they're suffering. If you decide to come, but this place is not how it seems to be. And for the young ones, maybe you just finished school, you don't have any family to take care of, to cater for, maybe it's just you. Okay, I can still understand that. 20, 25, under 30, you don't have anything that you're really doing. So if you say, okay, I need to go, yeah, you can still come and still have a longer time to work and make it for yourself. But those who have family, your husband, and you have a wife, you have children, please do not make a mistake by you all coming at once. It is an error. It is an error. I repeat it. Do not come all together. Let one person come first. Because coming all together here, it is very, very difficult. You can't save. All your money goes back to the bills, because now you have family to feed, you have children to take care of. Taking care of children here is expensive. It is expensive, and this place is the worst place that you want to neglect your children. It is the worst place ever. People normally say that, yeah, they move to the Western world all because of their children, which is good. But at the expense that you now come to the Western world, and the way you come to think that you come here because of your children, all the children are not taken from you. It doesn't make sense. You understand what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that come, let one come first. At least that person that is coming, whether it's your wife or your husband, definitely it's always husband that normally goes, because how can husband take care of other children in Nigeria? So it's difficult. Maybe let your husband come first if you trust your husband, because in this Western world, you see this air that we breathe in influence people, and they can just change in the twinkle of an eye. The husband you think you know so well, or the wife you think you know so well, can change in the twinkle of an eye, and you begin to ask yourself, do I really know this woman before? Do I really know this man? Does this man really loves me before? Or does this woman really do loves me before? Or was this man with me because of this? Or was this woman was with me because of this? So what am I trying to say? Let one come first. If you trust your husband, or if you trust your wife, let that person come first and wait in the floor for you, the other family. Let that one come. At least if one person comes, you can rent one room from somebody else and just be living there. Work as long as you can, save up, get a bigger house, make sure that everything is a bit soft now for your family to come over. Do not come with everybody at once. It is a big error. People still will not understand when you tell them that you are coming. And if you have lived life here and you decide you want to go back home, do not listen to any side talk. Do not listen to anybody back home in Nigeria, because I see that those people in Nigeria are the ones that are always saying Nigeria is not good, don't come back, Nigeria is not good. I have lived my life here now, and I have decided to come back home. If you feel that I'm making the same mistake, please, you come, tell them, you come and live the kind of life I have lived here. After you have lived more than 20 years here, let me see if you will not decide to live all your life here. Give us the opportunity to also come back home and live our life. We did not sign a warrant and saying that as we are living, we're never coming back. I have lived my life now, and I'm planning to relocate back home to enjoy all that I've labored for, all that I've suffered for. And I will not allow anyone to talk me into living here. I will not. So do not allow anybody. If you have it in your mind, you know that in your mind that okay, you have lived your life here, and now your spirit is telling you have to go back home and rest. Go back home, but do not go back home empty-handed. Try and work hard to save up, to have something that will be fetching you money, in Nigeria while you are there, staining you and all that, all will be fine. You don't have to go to Nigeria to live like a millionaire or a billionaire's father. You can take care of yourself. You can eat good food. You understand? You can pay bills. Don't say you are relocating back home and maybe you go and rent a house in Victoria Highland. How do you call it? Lekki or Banana Island. Cut your code according to your size. Nobody sees you. You don't see anybody. Live your life comfortably. You can be in the mainland where they pay like 500 or a million or half a and you're living your life. You're living your good life there. It matters than being in a place that you are not happy and you're just existing. Okay, guys. Well, I'll end it for today, and I hope that with these few points of mine that I've given to you today, you can sit down and reflect on these words. And I hope that I have tried to give you guys this link, these examples, and these facts. I have nothing to gain to, mislead you guys. Nothing. If everybody in Nigeria wants to come to the Western world, it's free. It will not make my job It will not make me to decrease my job. I will still have my job. I will still have I will still get paid and all that. So it's a free place. If you have the opportunity to come and you feel that your life depends on you coming to this country, come and see for yourself. I will not tell anyone not to come, because you never can tell what the future holds for you here or in Nigeria and all that. So yeah, I'll end it here, and I hope that you reflect on this word. All right guys, please, if you have listened to this my vlog up to this minute, that means that I am talking sense. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, join the family. Very difficult to, I know I'm not constant here because of the way life is in the Western world. I'm a lone mother with 3 children. I work, I school, and I take care of my kids all by myself. So it's very difficult for me to sit and do vlogs. But when I get engagement, I will try. Please, like my video, subscribe, and I will try to bring out more of these videos out there for you guys to see, and it will just ginger me to do more videos. All right guys, thank you so much, and thank you for listening to this young girl. And yeah, thank you so much, and I appreciate. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button again. Please press on the notification button, that anytime I put my vlog out there, you'll be the first to watch. I love you all, but God loves you the more.